Church has welcomed a new doctor of the Church. On the 1st of November, Pope Leo XIV declared St. John Henry Newman the 38th Doctor of the Church. After leaving Anglicanism, Cardinal Newman spent 20 years living, working, and growing spiritually in Rome. There were several locations around the Eternal City that played a crucial role in Newman's faith journey. Rome's International Center of Newman Friends celebrated 50 years of their institute, and on the day of this anniversary, Father Hermann Geissler led over 60 pilgrims in this year's Newman Walk. Since his canonization in 2019, this pilgrimage has aimed to explore these places and help connect people with the saint on a more personal level.
We thought it might be nice to do something to make Newman known also to simple faithful, not only to scholars and to professors. So we had the idea to look to the places that are somehow linked with John Henry Newman here in Rome. He made the experience of the Church universal, because still now in England he had known a national church. But here in Rome he was together with seminarians from Asia, from Africa, from America, and he experienced really the Catholic Church as Catholic. And that had a great impact on him. It helped him to experience the Catholic Church and to find joy and home in the Catholic Church. We tried to make out of that a Newman walk, which you can do on foot in 3 or 4 hours, visiting these places and telling a bit the story of Newman.
The walk is narrowed down to 9 locations, starting at the College of Propaganda Fide, where Newman spent a significant time preparing for the priesthood. All 9 stops are in one way or another a reflection of how Newman formed his greatest contributions to the Church.
Yeah, Newman, of course, is a giant, and he contributed in many ways to the renewal of the doctrine of the Church. His theology is very much influenced and made alive through Scripture and the fathers of the Church. So he helped to renew theology, parting from Scripture and the fathers.
One of the stops is the Basilica of Sant'Andrea delle Frate, a church known for a Marian apparition that took place in 1842. In England, Newman already believed he was under the protection of the Blessed Mother. So when he realized that the church was just outside his window during his stay at Propaganda Fide, he took it as a sign of God's loving providence.
He wrote that in Propaganda Fide, he was really very happy. He said in one of his letters, "I was happy in Littlemore, happier even than in Maryvale after the conversion, but most happy I'm here in Propaganda Fide."
Many of the Newman Walk participants were anticipating this pilgrimage for some time, as his figure is someone they have looked up to and have been drawing daily inspiration from.
We consider him our intellectual father, but also he inspires us a lot in our life of prayer. His sermons accompany us a lot, and then for me as a convert to the Catholic Church, getting to know his ideas has been something very influential for me.
Well, this was something I always wanted to do because I am very close to Newman. Like I'm friends with him in a mystic way, and I always wanted to be here to do this walk, to know all the places that he has been to and that are relevant to his life.
Well, it's very important for a man who devoted his life to an authentic renewal of the Church to experience Rome as he did. And for Rome, especially in this Jubilee year, it's important to understand Cardinal Newman's thinking about Rome and his thinking about the development of doctrine, of church teaching, that's always faithful to tradition. So that's why I'm here today.
The walk ends at the Church of St. George in Velabro, his titular church, which is a church in Rome designated to a cardinal. To celebrate the Institute's 50th anniversary, the prefect of the Dicastery for the Causes of Saints, Cardinal Marcello Semeraro, joined the pilgrims in the evening and presided over the Holy Mass. Cardinal Semeraro played a big role in the process of recognizing Newman as a doctor of the Church.
Egli ha scritto un'opera fondamentale che ha condotto a termine proprio nella fase.
He wrote a fundamental work, which he completed precisely during the transitional phase from the Anglican Communion to the Catholic Church. It is titled The Development of Christian Doctrine. He experienced this development, this growth, personally from around the age of 15. with certain commitments that he soon became dissatisfied with, as they didn't quite match his desire for truth and goodness, which he ultimately left behind. And also through various attempts at university to understand what was truly the path Christ intended for the Church, until he eventually concluded that it was to be found in the Church of Rome. So he made his choice, and he remained faithful to it, with suffering, with dedication, and with great loyalty.
Fedele, con sofferenza, con impegno, con una grande fedeltà.